All right. Welcome to season 2, episode 3 of Hookah Heaux podcast.
Yes. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. We have 2 guests on the show. We have Miss Megan and Mr. Troy. If you want to say a quick introduction, Megan, you can go first.
And plug your socials.
Yeah.
Oh. Not you waving.
They can see.
I'm Miss Megan, aka So Magnificent.
Okay.
My socials are somagnificent.com and Instagram at So Magnificent. I am just a lover of people and people doing well, Black people doing great things. So
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that for us.
Right.
Nice.
Come on.
Okay, radio voice. Come on, Troy.
right, Mr. Quiet Storm.
Yeah, so greetings everybody. Thanks for having me on the show. My name's Troy. I go by So Not the Regular on Instagram. So Not the Regular, just like that. I do a lot of things, but primarily I like solving problems. So I'm a consultant. I work in the music industry. I do a lot of modeling, but I really just enjoy real meaningful relationships between friends, people, and I'm just excited to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we start each show with a conversation starter. So first I will open it up. Tell me about your 3 closest friends and what influences they have on your life. Megan, I'll let you go first since.
You said, ooh.
3 closest friends.
Yes, ma'am.
One of my, do I have to give names or no?
That's up to you.
Okay, we'll go with friend A because I don't know if anybody else tune in and they'll be like, you ain't say me.
Ooh, child.
So one of my closest friends is a guy, and I really, really appreciate how he operates in life and in business. And I did not grow up with my father. So a lot of what I tend to associate with like good men or positive traits in people that I date sometimes are attributed to him. And it's kind of like seeing how hard he works for his family, seeing how hard he works to be successful, seeing how he treats the people around him. Those are kind of things that I can, glean from. Another friend of mine is a single mom, and she is doing it, and she will. She just inspires me.
Shout out to the
shout
single
out single moms, and just kind of like my problems. I'm single with no children, so like my problems are minuscule in comparison to hers.
Right.
But I can call her and be like, "Girl, you got 2 minutes?" She'd be like, "Go ahead." She already knows that I'm just calling to vent or rant. And she will go right down the rabbit hole with me. So shout out to her.
That's beautiful.
And then my third, oh my God, I want to just be like, throw everybody into that category. Because I kind of feel like all of my relationships, I work on all of them being like best friend relationships. So I don't have to call you my best friend because we are just literally the shit all the time. Ooh, can we curse on here?
Yes.
But yeah, like all of my friends, because I do have some really, really great people that really are like, they make their dreams come true. They are out here busting their ass, grinding hard, and they'll still stop what they doing to like take your phone call or check in or, Megs, let's go to dinner or let's meet up for like I miss you, like all of that. So shout out to my friend circle. Anybody that tuned in, I love y'all.
That's beautiful.
That's what's
I
up.
love
Shout
that.
out to them. What you say?
3 close friends.
3 closest friends.
Put me in that category.
All right, so
No pressure.
All right, so
Just kidding.
So look, I got I know a lot of people, I like to say, but 3 closest people. Let's see, one person. Well, I'm going to say Shayna because she introduced me to all this. So shout out to her. We've been knowing each other for quite some time now, since I don't know what
14.
Yeah, 2014, maybe 2015.
Maybe 2013.
Yeah, maybe 20. Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's always good having the opposite sex too, because I think you get perspectives that you don't generally get whenever you're just talking like, if I'm a man talking to another man. And, those relationships are great because, again, you get to just see things and hear things that you generally would not. Now, I do have other, like, for example, I got a real good friend. He has a daughter, actually 2 daughters, so it's amazing seeing him kind of go through that process. Yeah, shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy Nelson. And it's amazing kind of seeing him go through that process. And, I don't have any kids right now, so I get to kind of see what that process is like from the inside out. And then the third person I would say best friends would be my mom. Aww. Yeah, shout out to Ma Dukes. Yeah. She's just been my rider. Like, I feel like I can talk to her about anything and everything, whether it be women, whether it be, new business ventures, whatever the case. Just always like my biggest supporter. So, yeah, shout out to, Ma Dukes.
Oh, that's so sweet. I guess that's me next. I feel like I have too many close friends to say top 3 because I literally talk to everybody every day or out the week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's really hard to pinpoint my 3 close. I mean, I do have 3 best friends. I feel like I have more than 3 best friends. So I don't even want to say, but just as a general thing, I feel all my close friends I speak to on a daily, and we all talk about different things. Some of them motivate me to get up and do what I gotta do. Some of them are here to just listen to me. Some of them like, hey, let's go out, let's get a drink. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm so personable that I have so many. I do.
Yeah, facts,
I really do. It's really hard to say like, my 3. I mean, I do have 3 top best friends, but I feel like I talk to all my friends every day. You know what I'm saying? Check-ins. Hey, how you doing? What's going on with your mental health? Like, what's the tea? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Shout outs to all of those people.
Nice.
Shout out to all.
Those are my dogs.
So I don't have a large friend group, but what I will do is group people. Like one, it would be the ladies I met out here in California. So it would be Shayna, my girl Kiera, and my girl Lynette. And I feel like their influence has been creating a family of my own outside of Chester, Pennsylvania. Because when I moved here, I didn't have anybody. I didn't have no friends, no family. Still, nobody lives out here. So I feel like their influence has been just like a familial circle, so to speak. And then the second person would be my best friend. She's in Texas.
Shout outs to Audie.
Shout outs to Audie. No, for real. I can be my complete, transparent, 100% myself with her. Like goofy, sad, vulnerable, whatever, because I don't do big emotions. So she gets the burden of that, I will say. And she just always there, you know what I'm saying? When I need to talk something through, she's always, supporting me, always pushing me to do my best to get back, because Hookah Heaux was supposed to have been happen, and I was in like a little rut for like 2 years. I didn't do anything, so she kind of pushed me to get this off the ground. So major influence. And then the third would be The third would be my cousin. She's blood, but she's definitely one of like my best friends. Also someone I can be completely myself with, and she knows me, from baby. So I think that kind of friendship is just, it hit kind of different because it ain't nothing they don't know.
Right.
So, yeah.
Cousins are the best sometimes.
Cousins really are the best.
I don't got
cousins.
I don't got that many cousins.
Cousins.
The right ones can be like, they are your first best friend. Mm-hmm. And I'm the youngest of mine, my first cousins. I'm the youngest out of my family's really small, so 7. And there's 13 years between me and the next one up.
Oh, wow.
But all of them, it was almost like I couldn't wait to be grown to catch up with them. And it was like once I was grown, it was so much about them just opened up and we learned and got even closer. Yeah. So shout out to the cousins.
Shout
I got
out to
like
the
20,
cousins.
20 plus.
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
I got a lot of cousins.
I don't.
Too
I wish.
many
Yeah,
I wish I had a lot of cousins, but I don't.
Family reunions, holidays was a blast.
Yeah.
It was a blast. All right, so we're going to get into today's episode, which is red flag, green flag, specifically in the context of relationships. So I feel like we all know what a red flag is. It's a signal that this ain't gonna go. This might not go the way you want it to go.
This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
And
Get out now.
It doesn't necessarily have to
Run.
be a end all be all. Most times it is. Just depends on what your non-negotiables are. So I just wanted all of us to go around the table and just state a red flag that we have in dating and relationships. I'll start.
Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
Do your thing. A big red flag for me is gaslighting. People who are controlling and manipulative, and pretty much put you in a position to think that you don't know what you're talking about. When you bring a problem, when you address an issue very clearly, you know what I'm saying? No words were minced, and they just like, well, what does that mean?
Mine is consistency. If you don't have consistency, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, if you can't be consistent, like, and it's not even consistent, like, you have to, I feel like if we're dating, yes, I would like to hear from you sometime throughout the day. It doesn't have to be all day, every day. But sometime, even a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we all have our own lives and we're busy and stuff like that. And I respect that because a lot of niggas do be busy. Okay? But you're not that busy if you can post on Instagram and can't text me back. And that's a big pet peeve. If I see you on Instagram and my text has not been answered, yeah, we have a problem. a problem.
This is an automatic scheduler.
Yeah, no. No, that's not flying.
Not flag.
No, because you could do that on iPhone now. You could automatically send text. Yeah, I just found that out. So you ain't got really no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, they got the
help y'all,
scheduler
player.
for the iMessage?
yeah,
Oh, I thought that was just
Androids
Gmail.
too.
No.
Everybody, you can schedule everything now.
to send out a text, all that. So you really ain't got no excuse
Wow.
to not answer my text.
So she's like, if you don't schedule to send me my good morning beautiful
Damn.
Okay.
by 8 a.m., it's gonna be a problem. No.
So
Right.
that is my red flag.
Okay. All right. So actually, on the curtails of what was mentioned earlier, the gaslighting, I just actually learned about that term not too long ago. But a red flag for me, and I'm not the best, I'm not the best at all at this relationship thing. So other guys listening to this don't feel left out. But I would say red flag for sure, would be if your lady called the cops on you.
No, we was talking about that.
Or threatens
yeah.
or threatens to call the cops on you because I just got to speak for myself as a black man here in America. Like, there's just no like dibble and dabbling about the seriousness of what those situations can turn into. So I feel like if you can't constructively or creatively figure out your problem or your issue without getting the authorities kind of involved, then that just shows me that like, hey, you're not gonna be here for like the long haul, because we're gonna constantly probably have or run into them type of issues. So big red flag would be just calling the police or feeling like there needs to be a third party to figure out whatever type of problems that we're going through as a couple or as a partner to partner.
Can I chime in for just 1 second?
Yeah.
Can we clarify what you mean by like? So this is not a physical, like abusive situation. It's just
So I
third party.
so-
Because if it's physical abusive and you tell me not to call cops, who you gonna call? My daddy?
Yeah, no, actually,
My
yeah.
cousins.
Let me clarify.
Okay,
So in a non-physical non-physical type of situation. Obviously, hey, if you getting uppercutted every day, then hey, different situation. But if it's a situation where just verbally, y'all just not on the same page, and then the police is used as kind of like a, hey, I'll call them. That's where I'm like,
Gotcha.
I can see that because there's some dudes out here that are hustling, legit. And they let when you went in a relationship, you let people in, you let them close. They might know what you do, and you get girls. It's like, well, I'm gonna call the feds on you if you don't da 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 da.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen, not to me,
Right.
and I've never done it, but I know people that have been in that situation. My red flag is communication. I feel like Megan is a vibe. I'm a safe space. Like, I'm your favorite hookah lounge. You know what I mean? You come in and you can chill. So to not tell me things is troubling, and I have to figure it out, or I have to find out, or if I have to consistently pry.
And to the red flag, because I want to see what Troy says, because I don't feel like I've had this conversation with a man present.
Yeah.
A big red flag for me is men who use the term female. Something in my spirit is bothered by it, and I think that so much information has been provided as to why a lot of women don't like the term female. One is dehumanizing, like and also when they use female, they normally don't use male to refer to men. So it's like it's not two sides of the story. You're just calling females, and you're basically dehumanizing them to their body parts, because that's just the sex of the person. If we're talking about humans, we're talking about women. And I would love to know if that's something you use, if you ever heard that before.
like if I'm referring to other women,
Right, you'd be like, this female, da 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 da. But you're referring to a woman.
I probably say this female. Not female. Well, yeah, female. I don't really feel like I use that. I just be like, oh, this chick, or like this girl. A female though, I feel like I had to be maybe angry. I'm like, man,
And
this fucking.
and that's where the issue is.
But-
Is it like a passive way? It's like in certain contexts, it's a passive way of calling her a bitch without calling her a bitch.
Right.
And that's how it feels. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I would rather call a woman who I'm mad at a female rather than calling her a bitch.
So you have to say something different than you normally would if you're mad.
That's just if I'm going to actually take the time to care about what the other person and, how they'll react to what I'm saying. But for the most part, I like to kind of have my emotions in check where,
As you
everything
should.
is going to be a good vibe. And it's really about how you react to what goes on to you rather than what actually happens. So just same logic. If somebody is probably mad at you, it's something internal that they're going through that is really redirecting all that energy back to you. It really don't got anything to do with you as a person. But it takes time to really get to a point where your intellect is like operating at that speed or, on that page to where you're not allowing anything else to really disrupt your own peace. So you can be just your wholesome, fun, respectful self, even if, the opposition is, acting totally different.
Not the ops.
So, but female, I don't personally use that word really often.
I like that you made the distinction that if you do use the term, you use it when you're upset.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
It kind of goes in line with the fact that it is in fact derogatory, because if any other situation, you just say either her name, you call her a woman, a chick.
Yeah.
I like that you made that distinction. So
I gotta say, I think it's really based on just upbringing, because I was raised by a single mom. So like for me, the last thing I'm gonna do is like disrespect a woman.
yeah,
The last thing, because I'm thinking about really the relationship between myself and my mother and how I would treat her or how I would want somebody to treat her. So that's really where that really stems from. Other people may not have that, and they just may be going, wild at the mouth when it comes to a female. And maybe they didn't have a mom present in their life. You know what I mean? So it's all just a personal development thing. I think everybody just is on their own page and lane when it comes to actually improving their own kind of mentality when it comes to the opposite sex.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Yeah, for
I've
real.
had that happen. Actually, kind of was a red flag for me. I kind of was like, I'm not talking to this guy anymore. He had a close relationship with his mother, and he still referred to like every other female as bitch.
Yeah.
And
I
he'll be
know- I
like,
know
this
somebody
bitch,
like that.
this bitch, that. And I'll be like, don't call her that. And he would even refer to the mother of his kids. Is it like, I get it. She gets under your skin.
Yeah.
She makes your life difficult, but she's
That's-
not a bitch.
And that's the mother of your
Yeah,
kid.
Like you
Yeah.
lay down,
It's-
like you lay down with that bitch. Like
Right.
clearly,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a little
so-
hard. It's a little. I think when you getting into that, like any man know, like if you having relations, if you poking a girl, I mean, hey, she
I
gonna
ain't
get
never
under your
heard it
skin.
said like that.
Yeah.
But I mean-
just a good
but
way to
you-
say it
but
that
it's-
everybody know.
It
but-
comes off as like if we're in a relationship and you refer to almost every woman outside in my presence as a bitch, that means that you're talking to your friends or whatever about me, and you're probably calling me a bitch
Absolutely.
too.
Mhm.
Or
Oh,
the minute that we're not
yeah.
together,
Yeah.
I'm a bitch too.
Red
Well,
flag.
that's fine. I'm gonna be that bitch, and I'm that bitch Megan. Make sure that you put my name behind it so that we are clear
I know that's right.
about what bitch we talking about.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I actually had to. It's like, this ain't it. That's a red flag too. I like that you brought that up.
Yeah, the fact that you said that you're close to your mother, I think that that's another red flag is men who don't have a healthy relationship with their mother,
Mom, yeah.
because it sets the standard very low at that point for him, and even if it's a situation where he didn't have his mom growing up, or maybe his mom is no longer living, or whatever the case is, there's a way to have a healthy way to talk about your mother, and I feel like that is clear when someone doesn't have a healthy relationship with their mother, how they speak about women.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the pipeline from toxic relationship with your mother to you disrespecting women is straight. It's a straight line, and it's gonna be a no for, because I mean that's the woman that birthed you. You ain't got no respect for her. How could I possibly expect you to respect me?
Right.
I ain't
Absolutely.
gonna do it. That's not. If we don't have any more red flags, we can get into green flags. I think it's. You got something?
Another red flag.
It was the face.
I mean, nah, I'm good. Go ahead. Talk about green flags.
I mean, it was
Yeah,
the face.
let's keep it positive.
yeah, we keep positive. Yeah, we keep positive.
I'm
dead.
Instagram covered all the red flags.
Yeah,
That was it,
exactly.
Nick.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk a lot about the negative, side of relationships, and I think it's important that we acknowledge that there are green flags. There are things that say, this person might be good for me. This person might be in it for the long haul. And Shani, you want to start? You got it.
Okay. My green flag is big dick energy.
Yo, that was one of the cards on the card game. That's one of the
So,
cards.
and I say that because I was talking, before I got here, I was talking to my friend, and he was like, yeah, you really give me big dick energy. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? And he's like, overall, like, obviously it has nothing to pertain to, the
actual
private.
genitalia.
Right.
Yeah, the private parts. But it's just meaning like overall you're a good person. Overall, like you're funny, you have a good personality, you know how to be masculine, but also know how to turn it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like overall just like big dick energy. Like, and I was just like, you're right. That's what I'm going for, is the BDE. Okay.
You either got it or you don't.
Okay, and that's overall like communication, know how to talk to people. Yeah.
My green flag is like getting joy out of the effort that you put into us. So receiving pleasure, not necessarily like sexually, but
Right.
like making me happy, or finding or doing things that is going to put a smile on my face. And you're doing it not necessarily to get anything in return. It's like
Hello.
I see you, baby girl. Like, you know what I mean? Have a great day kind of deal. And that, I think my other green flag would probably be like just conversation. I love everybody that knows me, all of my friends know I can sit here and talk about politics, football. Like, I'm missing college football right now. And my people know that it's killing me. Like, yeah, I can talk about college football. I can talk about sports. I can talk about politics, all kind of stuff, you know, cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I enjoy somebody that is like, it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk about any and everything. Yeah.
And it's not forced.
And it's not forced.
I hate a forced conversation. It's like, damn, it seems like you don't even want to be here, so I'm not going to hold you much longer.
Like,
you got to go.
When you ask
There's
Megan, how's your day? Like,
You got
how's your
something to
day
say.
is really
Yeah.
open-ended. How much time you got, player? Because we might be here depending on the day. Yeah.
I feel that.
I do. And I do.
Yeah. Let me see. Green flags. Well, first and foremost, seeing a chick on a grind. That shit is with so many women. I would say out here that can just get it all different ways. Seeing a chick that's really like dedicated to what she does, that's like a green flag. But honestly, when it comes to, I would say, like alpha men, I don't think it's necessarily so much about like what she's doing, because for us, it's more or less like we need to be more, have more discernment in terms of the women we allow in our lives, rather than knowing already that there's so many women out there that probably can provide for us. So for me, seeing green flags is cool, but I need a golden flag for me to be like, hey, yeah, you gonna be that one, like that I ain't gonna talk, you know, nobody else is involved anymore. So green flags is cool, but green flags I feel like are primary. They're just like almost
The
kindergarten.
basics.
Yeah, those are basics.
Yeah.
If you got those, we can kick it.
But if you got that golden flag,
then
you can meet moms.
Yeah.
that part.
I
know
might
what I
stop
mean?
talking to the other green flags
Yeah, I mean,
for you, baby.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
A whole nother level. I've never heard of no
Yeah,
golden
the
flag.
Me neither.
exclusivity, the
You
secret.
exclusive.
Yeah. Those type of vibes, you don't really, I think once men really get them, you don't hear about them because they want to keep them to
Yeah.
themselves and not have them and show them off and all that. It's a little different.
That is true. That's another conversation starter.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow up though. Can I ask a follow up question to that?
Yeah.
Could that require getting either discerning a golden flag from a green flag,
Yeah.
or even being able to recognize the difference? Does that require a level of vulnerability from the man?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because all day long, even if, for example, I'll just speak for men. All day long, we can see green flags and we can kick it and have fun. But if you're talking about getting to a point where that man is vulnerable enough to where, you know, they're really letting you into their lives, I feel like that's where you're really seeing if that golden flag is there. And if it's not, it's very, very easy to go from that green flag to start actually noticing the red flags that are going on within that same situation that maybe those green flags have kind of like blinded your eyes to.
That's good to know. You done put me on some new games.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Some
important. It's
Next time on a
important.
date and be like, so what you looking for? Gold or green?
And if you don't know what gold is, I can break it down to you.
Right. I'm not even gonna break it down and be like, check.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go watch that YouTube video.
Period.
They'll put you on.
Plug us real quick.
Yeah.
I think a green flag for me would be healthy disagreements. Being able to disagree and have, bring different issues to the table and it not escalate into a screaming match or not escalate into people hitting below the belt. Because I do not do yelling, screaming, cursing. I'm not going to yell and scream and curse at you, and I don't want that in return. My daddy set the bar real high. I always say that. He really did. My father has never screamed or yelled at me, never cursed at me. And I feel like I see a lot of times, obviously anger brings out the worst in people. And you're having a disagreement, and then it escalates to you being all types of bitches and hoes, and him being all types of niggas and bitch ass niggas. And it's just like a man that can bring an issue to me and say, I have an issue with this without disrespecting me. And likewise, if I can bring an issue to a man without feeling like I'm going to be disrespected, that's a green flag for me. Cause
sometimes I'll follow that. Like if I see you on that path of trying to argue with me, I feel like unless we're in an exclusive relationship, I don't argue with you.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Arguments are for real. Like that's gold ticket level. Like you're not there, fam.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to ask, do you see smoke where there's no fire? Do you see the smoke where there's no fire? Or like, do you really want to make a mountain out of this molehill?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, just let's be clear about the fight that
is this the hill you finna die?
Right. Is this the one?
Don't do it, Playboy.
Don't do it. Save your energy.
It's not
Bring your
worth it.
energy somewhere else because that's not it.
That's not it.
I feel that.
Care is really important, though. I think it's underestimated, too.
Yeah. Because, I feel like if you're listening to respond, if you're coming to a conversation defensive, it's never going to go the way you want it to go.
Right.
At all. And if you don't fight fair, then there will be no resolution. And then what's the point of us having this conversation?
It's all about tone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey.
It's all about tone.
I just want to chime in. Exactly what you're saying. And then on top of what was just mentioned earlier, I always kind of go by this saying, God gave you 2 ears to listen twice as much as you speak, right? So, whether it be a conversation, whether it be an argument, you really want to be listening and then using that right tone.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it.
Exactly.
Like I can call a girl, I can call her, hey, maybe her feet stink. But if I say it nicely, she'll might be like, know what? He cares about me. He actually cares that my feet, may not be doing as hygienically as they can. Rather than, hey, he's just trying to call me out saying I got stanky feet. Fuck this nigga, you know what I mean? A little different.
It's funny. We did an Instagram post, and one of the comments was like, asked like the men what is their turn off, and one of them was a woman who doesn't take care of her feet. So the fact that you brought that up. Is women feet out here stinking? Like, is that an issue for y'all?
Listen, fam, you send a lady with 20, like, baby girl, go get your feet done before we go out. Let me tell you, I would gladly skip along to the nail shop. Not a problem. Don't even need the pedicure. Hey, Tim, I'm here for a touch-up.
I love pretty toes. I say that.
Yeah, I love pretty
Ladies,
toes.
men love feet, so don't let these
feet.
men lie to you. They like feet.
Yeah. Now I don't know, like sexual, just on some like. It just look good.
I think it just adds.
That's
to the
a green
overall,
flag, huh?
Yeah. It ain't a golden flag. It's a green flag. Remember that.
Basics.
Yeah,
it's the basics.
Basics.
She takes care of her feet.
I need you to give me
Basics.
an example of a golden flag, though.
Okay. So golden flag, I would say would be seeing how she treats like her family, because if you're really thinking about it, the golden flag is really going to lead to, I would say, lifelong partnerships or lifelong relationships. So you really need to understand like how they have their kind of relations with their parents or like their family, because if you down the line want to say start that with them, what you going to base it off?
Yeah.